Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the full review for this Vivo Z1 Pro, and I've now used this for almost 2 weeks. And in fact guys, I was not going to review this device because when I got the review on it, I asked the Vivo team what would be its pricing and they told me below 20. So I thought it will be priced at about 18,000 or close to about 19,000. But when I came to know that the pricing is about 15,000, I was impressed with this device because in certain aspects, for example, in terms of battery life and the camera, this is actually really good. So let's divide this review between pros and cons. What do I like about this one and what are the things that I do not like? But here are the quick specs for the Vivo Z1 Pro. As you can see, the Vivo Z1 Pro comes with a 6.53-inch Full HD Plus display, and it comes with this new Snapdragon 710 SoC and a massive 5000 mAh battery, and other specs are on your screen for your reference. Now let's quickly break it down between the pros and the cons. I have a huge list, as you can see, so we'll go over that. And the first thing I want to talk about is the screen. Yes, it has a big screen, 6.53-inch screen, but again, it's almost a full view screen, as you can see, and the screen quality is good. It's IPS grade screen, hence the viewing angles was good, and also in outdoor lighting it was visible, so they haven't compromised a lot in terms of the screen quality, which is actually a good thing. Yes, it's slightly on the bigger side, but again, it's a 6.53-inch device. Also, I like the fact that it does not have any notches or anything, because they have this front-facing camera over here, and Vivo likes to call this the in-display camera. Now, moving to another thing is that, again, it has all the sensors that you would expect for a device, and I like the fact that the auto brightness calibration has been done very well on this. And you might be also asking, some of you have asked me about the glass protection on this, and I asked the Vivo team about it, and I got an answer, so I'll talk about that also, so again, stay tuned for that. But now, talking about the new SoC used on this is the Snapdragon 712 SoC, and this is the first device in India that is having that, and I have to say it's actually really good. In terms of performance, I did not have any issue with this device, so very fluid, and it's also very power efficient. I'll also talk about the battery life I was getting in the later part of the video. Now, another thing that I like about this device is, again, it's a smartphone, so you make calls. I don't know about you, but I do make a lot of calls. And here I would say the earpiece that was used on this one is actually really good. It is like a very high-end smartphone. The calls that I got were very clear. So excellent job in terms of the earpiece that Vivo has put. Now, coming to cellular network connectivity, I tested this one in Hyderabad with Airtel and Jio, and again, I would say I did not have any issues, and the signal strength was good. Again, in my old studio, if you guys know, there the Airtel signal is actually pretty low. With this one, yes, I could take some calls. So overall, I would say the network reception was also good. And again, with Jio also, I did not have any problem. And it also supports that dual 4G VoLTE if you want. Also, moving to another thing is that though this one is just having a single speaker here at the bottom, the speaker volume is adequately loud. For example, in most of the mid-range smartphones, when I test, I have to actually keep the volume level to max when I was watching the YouTube videos. On this one, even at 80%, it was loud and clear, and even for speaker phones it was loud, so no issues regarding that. And also ringtone volumes are pretty high, so you won't miss a call. Now, moving to another thing is that it has this RAID mounted fingerprint scanner, and again, as you can see, it is a very fast and a very reliable fingerprint scanner. It is works almost every time, so you don't have to worry. And again, you also have the face unlocking if you really want, and that also works. Now, another thing is that, yeah, I'll talk about this FunTouch OS UI. That is the UI that Vivo uses over Android, but in terms of fluidness, I never had a problem with this one, and that I was very surprised because I used this device for almost 2 weeks and no lags or anything that I've noticed in my testing. So in that way, they have optimized it actually really well. And also in terms of RAM management, here I was surprised. Though I'm testing the 6GB RAM variant, RAM management has been done very well on this one. For example, apps don't get booted down, and also memory resident apps that need to be memory like Truecaller and stuff did not have an issue. Also with WhatsApp and stuff, I never had an issue. Yeah, so in terms of RAM management also, Vivo has done a good job. Now, moving to another thing is it has this headphone jack And I did test it with heavy headphones and even this Audio-Technica M50X, and I have to say the output via the headphone jack is good. It could easily drive this M50X without any issue. So for music lovers also, it's a good option. And now moving to the battery life on this one. Here I'm really impressed. And guys, if you have been following me, you know that I have tested a ton of devices that come with a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and generally when I test them, I get battery life of about 1.5 to about 2 days. But on this one, consistently I was getting battery life of about 2.5 days with dual SIM, and even in some days, as you can see from the charts, it exceeded about 3 days. So in terms of battery life, the optimizations that they have done is insane. It feels like it has a 6000 milliamp hour battery, not a 5000 milliamp hour battery. So in that area, I'm really impressed. But again, as this is Fun Touch OS UI, it doesn't give you real SOT values, but battery life is excellent on this one. Even if you're sort of a heavy user with two SIMs, it should last you for about 2 days easily. Now moving to another thing is regarding gaming. As it's having the Snapdragon 710 SoC, gaming performance is also very good. In fact, I had already posted a dedicated video regarding the gaming performance of this one. I played Asphalt and even PUBG at the highest graphics settings, and we did not have any issues. Also, the good thing is that even with extended gaming, this handset does not get very hot, so it's actually good for gaming. Now let's talk about the camera. This is again one more area where this smartphone actually surprised me with the camera performance. On paper, if you look at it, yes, it has the triple camera setup. It's not very fancy like a 48 megapixel or anything, but the camera performance was very good. In fact, the camera setup is actually 16 megapixel is the main camera. Then we have 8 megapixel, which is the wide angle lens. And then we have 2 megapixel that is used for depth. But again, if you look at the sampled shots, as you can see, the performance of the camera is actually really good. And also for human subjects, the skin tones that we get are really good. It also has the lighting effects, which really makes a difference. So in terms of camera performance, as you can see from the sample shots, I was actually thoroughly impressed. Now, if we talk about that front-facing camera, it's actually a 32 megapixel front-facing camera. And here also, the camera performance was very, very good. It again has the normal modes like portrait and stuff, but it also has those lighting effects which make a huge difference. So in fact, I would say the front-facing camera performance is also among the best that I've seen in this price range. So these were the good things that I like about this device. Now let's talk about some of the cons. Every phone has a con, so let's talk about it. And the first thing that I noticed is that this phone simply does not have any physical LED notification light. So that is missing on this one. Also, some of you have asked me, this phone does not have Gorilla Glass. So I actually asked the Vivo team, what is the type of protection that they have? And they eventually came out to me. And I'll just read it. They say that yes, it does not have Gorilla Glass, but it has the short Zenith 3D glass. This is what they said. And in terms of Victor hardness, this is 690. That is almost actually close to Gorilla Glass 5. So yes, it's not Gorilla Glass, but this new kind of strengthened glass. Now moving to another thing is that as I've told you, in terms of functionality, I did not have a problem with Fun Touch UI. But again, this UI tries too much to be like iOS. I'm not a big fan of it, but in terms of functionality, I would say I didn't have a problem after getting used to it after about 5-6 days. But again, the UI is a little bit, you have to get used to the same. And this is another peculiar thing that I noticed with this device. Instead of having a, a Type-C port, they're still going with a micro USB port. So that is also another thing to note. But again, the good thing is that it does support fast charging, and they do bundle that 18-watt fast charger, but it's micro USB type. So these were the cons about this device, and this device starts at about 15,000 and it's sold by Flipkart. I'll leave the link in the description area. So overall, I would say what I really liked about this device is excellent camera. Both the rear facing and the front facing camera are fabulous on this one. Also the battery life, which actually really surprised me because I have tested a lot of smartphones having a 5000 milliamp hour battery, but this one goes really ahead. And also I like the fact that even with gaming, because of the Snapdragon 712 chip SoC, it performed very well. And lastly, this is a small thing, but it's important for me. The earpiece call quality that I was getting with this one was actually really good. So overall, I would say at 15,000 rupees, this is a very good handset, barring some of the cons that I have mentioned. Anyways, guys, that was my review of this Vivo Z1 Pro. Thanks for watching. If you guys still have any other questions, do let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.